When John Lennon and Paul McCartney joined forces, it was as if two creative worlds collided, and the result was explosive. They weren't just writing songs, they were shaping an era. Music critic Wilfred Mellers once described their chemistry as electric, born from their opposite energies. John, the rebellious visionary, burned with raw emotion, while Paul, the eternal optimist, brought a melodic elegance that softened the fire. Their tension didn't divide them, it forged brilliance. In the early days of the Beatles, the pair would sit shoulder to shoulder in Paul's modest family home on Forthland Road, scribbling lyrics late into the night. But as fame grew and their artistic paths matured, their creative partnership evolved. Each began crafting songs independently before bringing them together, fine-tuning ideas until they shimmered with Lennon-McCartney magic. That magic struck again with Michelle, the sophisticated ballad from the 1965 album Rubber Soul. Though Paul McCartney led the composition, John's fingerprints are etched into its heart. Paul had drawn inspiration from his fascination with French culture, a spark that came from Jan Vaughan, the French teacher wife of his old schoolmate, Ivan Vaughan. He'd once asked her to help him build French lyrics around the name Michelle, and through playful collaboration, phrases like ma belle and sans les mots qui vont très bien ensemble emerged. Paul later reflected that Jan was practically a co-writer, and to acknowledge her role, he even sent her a check years later, a gesture of gratitude that captured his genuine sense of artistic fairness. When John entered the picture, Paul already had the opening melody and was searching for direction. John, influenced at the time by Nina Simone's smoky rendition of I Put a Spell on You, suggested adding a blues-inspired middle eight. His idea, the repeated I love you phrasing, infused Paul's gentle melody with soulful grit. It was the perfect fusion of their styles. Paul's airy romanticism entwined with John's darker, bluesy undertones. John would later note that this was often his role, to inject emotion and dissonance into Paul's polished ballads, balancing light with shadow. The band recorded Michelle on November 3, 1965, and within a month it was released on Rubber Soul. Critics were stunned. Reviewer Steve Race famously pointed out the song's daring musical choices, particularly the unconventional clash between melody and chord, a move that defied traditional composition. He considered it both reckless and revolutionary, a stroke of genius that only Lennon and McCartney's fearless experimentation could produce. Not everyone was enchanted, though. Bob Dylan, known for his sharp tongue, dismissed Michelle and Yesterday as cop-outs, suggesting that songs of that style could easily be found buried in the archives of Tin Pan Alley. But whether adored or dismissed, Michelle proved one thing beyond doubt. Lennon and McCartney were rewriting the rules of popular music, and the world was listening.